Welcome, everyone, to a heartfelt discussion about a journey that all of us, sooner or later, will experience or witness. The journey of time and the marks it leaves on a man's body. Have you ever paused for a moment, looked at your reflection, and wondered about the subtle changes quietly taking place? A slight difference in your skin, an unfamiliar sensation in your body, or even a scent you couldn't quite name. We often easily label it as aging, a natural process. But is it truly that simple? Or are these subtle messages the body is trying to send, stories of adaptation, of health, of the very life we are living? As men cross certain age milestones, the body begins to speak in its own unique ways. Some signs are obvious, but others are incredibly discreet. And there's even one your sense of smell might detect before your eyes do. These aren't random transformations. They are biological markers reflecting hormonal shifts, a slowing metabolism, and how cells cope with time. Today, we won't just list them. We will delve deeper, understand better these storytelling signs, a distinct scent, parts that surprisingly seem to grow, and others that noticeably shrink. You might recognize yourself or a loved one in these stories. Don't scroll past, because understanding is the key that helps us face these changes more positively, more confidently, and most importantly, know how to take better care of ourselves on the road ahead. Let's embark on this journey to explore these fascinating mysteries of the body. There's an interesting phenomenon not everyone notices: the subtle change in body odor as we age. It's not the smell of sweat after a day's work or a familiar cologne, but a different scent, often abstractly described as resembling old paper, dry grass, or a faint woodiness. If you've ever visited the home of grandparents or an elderly care facility, perhaps you've sensed it. This isn't due to poor hygiene, but is the result of a natural biochemical process. As age increases, especially after 40, our skin produces more unsaturated fatty acids. Concurrently, the body's natural antioxidant capacity decreases. This combination leads to the oxidation of these fatty acids, creating a compound called nonenal. What's unique about nonenal is that it's quite stubborn, not easily washed away by regular soap like sweat and oil. It tends to cling to fabric fibers and linger on the skin, explaining why this scent might persist even after thorough washing. Consider the case of Richard, a 74-year-old retired engineer. He noticed his shirts retained a strange odor even after being laundered. Initially, he blamed his cologne, then the detergent, but changing products didn't help. It wasn't until his granddaughter innocently remarked, "Grandpa, you smell like old books and wood," that he truly realized the scent came from his own body. This is a fairly common experience. Although we can't stop the body from producing nonenal, understanding it helps us approach it with more empathy and handle it more effectively. Using specialized soaps that help emulsify oils, increasing antioxidant-rich foods like green tea, leafy greens, citrus fruits, and paying attention to washing clothes and bedding regularly, perhaps adding baking soda or vinegar, can significantly minimize this scent. This knowledge helps dispel unnecessary stigma and allows us to face this change more confidently. Beyond invisible changes like scent, other transformations are more visibly apparent in our physique, and one that troubles many gentlemen is the ever-expanding waistline. It seems that no matter how carefully you try to eat or exercise as before, the belly just keeps growing. This isn't just an aesthetic issue. Behind it lies the natural slowing of metabolism with age, the decline in muscle mass. And muscle is an efficient calorie-burning engine, and especially hormonal changes. Testosterone levels in men gradually decrease with age, not only slowing muscle building, but also causing the body to tend towards storing more fat in the abdominal area, particularly visceral fat, the dangerous fat surrounding the organs. Frank, 76, who was quite lean in his youth, was also surprised to see his belly protrude while his arms and legs seemed thinner, despite no major changes in his diet. He simply attributed it to age, but in reality, his body was prioritizing fat storage in the center. Excess belly fat, especially visceral fat, doesn't just make it hard to button your pants. It's a hidden risk factor for a host of serious health problems. cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, and even cognitive decline. It acts like a silent inflammatory factory within the body. Therefore, the battle against belly fat at this age isn't about achieving six-pack abs, but about protecting overall health. Fortunately, we can absolutely manage it. Resistance training, lifting weights, using resistance bands, bodyweight exercises is key to maintaining muscle and boosting metabolism. Prioritizing protein in meals helps with satiety and muscle support. Limiting refined carbohydrates and sugar is essential. Combined with regular cardio exercise and managing stress and getting enough sleep, you can absolutely keep your waistline at a safe level and minimize health risks. This is an investment in quality of life and long-term independence. When we talk about things that grow with age, it's not just the waistline. There's another part of the face that quietly changes size, which few people notice: the ears. Try comparing an old photo of yourself with your current reflection. You might be surprised to see your ears look a bit longer, slightly larger. This isn't an illusion. The reason is that cartilage, the main component of the outer ear, seems to continue growing very slowly throughout life, unlike bone. Additionally, over time, the skin loses collagen and elastin, becoming less elastic. Under the constant pull of gravity, the skin of the ear, especially the earlobe, gets stretched and sags downwards. The combination of slow cartilage growth and sagging skin makes the ears appear larger. George, 78, was quite surprised when looking back at his wedding photos and realizing how much his ears had changed. They looked longer, and the earlobes were no longer as full as they once were. The good news is that this change is completely harmless from a medical standpoint. It doesn't affect hearing. However, it might slightly impact aesthetics and makes him feel a bit self-conscious. While this process can't be stopped, taking good care of the skin, moisturizing, using sunscreen on the ears too, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle to support overall skin health might help slow the sagging somewhat. More importantly, learn to accept it as a natural mark of time, part of life's journey, much like wrinkles or gray hair. While the belly and ears tend to expand, another crucial part of the body faces the risk of shrinking: muscles, which is particularly noticeable in the calves. You might feel your calves aren't as firm or strong as they used to be, their circumference has decreased, or you feel weaker when standing on tiptoes or climbing stairs. This is a manifestation of age-related muscle atrophy, sarcopenia. The causes are similar to those contributing to belly fat: declining testosterone and growth hormone levels, often reduced physical activity levels, even if unnoticed, and changes in circulation and neuromuscular function. Robert, 75, who once had strong calves from a job requiring lots of walking, clearly felt this weakening after retirement. Even standing up from a chair became more difficult. Losing calf muscle isn't just about the appearance of the legs. It has serious consequences. Calf muscles play a key role in maintaining balance, and when they weaken, the risk of fall skyrockets, which is extremely dangerous for older adults. It also slows walking speed, makes daily activities more difficult, and impacts independence. Calf strength is a significant predictor of mobility and longevity. But the wonderful news is, unlike some other aging changes, this muscle loss can absolutely be improved, even partially reversed, at any age. Simple yet effective exercises like calf raises, walking on incline, other resistance exercises for the legs like squats and lunges, combined with ensuring adequate protein intake to nourish and rebuild muscle, can make a huge difference. Never underestimate the power of movement. Paying attention to the strength of your legs, especially your calves, is a direct investment in your stability, freedom of movement, and quality of life for years to come. This is one of the signs of aging you have the most power to positively influence. We've just journeyed together through discovering the subtle yet significant changes in a man's body as age progresses, from the non-anal scent, the growing belly, lengthening ears, to weakening calves. Each sign carries its own story, a scientific explanation, and certain health implications. The most important thing isn't to fear or deny these changes, but to understand and accept them as a natural part of life, while proactively taking action in areas we can control. Understanding non-anal helps us practice proper hygiene and be more empathetic. Awareness of the risks of belly fat motivates us to eat healthily and exercise for our well-being. Accepting larger ears as a mark of time, and crucially, recognizing calf weakening as a motivation to persevere with exercise, protecting our balance and independence. Aging is not the end of vitality or enjoyment of life. It's a new chapter, demanding more wisdom and self-care. Focus on maintaining a healthy lifestyle, nurturing both body and mind, and becoming the best version of yourself at every stage of life. Every change, however small, is part of the unique story only you possess. Now, I'd love to hear your story. What resonated most with you from these shares? Have you noticed any of these signs in yourself or a loved one? Please share one thing you found insightful or learned today and how you plan to apply it to your life in the comments below. Your shares are invaluable encouragement and help us all learn and grow together on this journey. If you found this content helpful and valuable, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss other insightful discussions, and share this video with those you care about who might benefit from this information. Your support is a tremendous motivation for us to continue creating meaningful content. Thank you so much for joining me until the end. Stay healthy, stay optimistic, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.